I can start. We attended our regional rally yesterday, and it was amazing. And for those that have not attended theirs yet, I'd highly encourage you to. It brings everyone together. I know some of our agents met for the first time. Some of them got referrals, right? We got a lot of good nuggets. So it was really, really a good day. So that's my win.
Beautiful. Congratulations. And you guys got some big meetings lined up here in the near future. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
and
Yeah,
Kelly
I'm not
left
going to
out
talk
one
about
little
that.
part of her win. She actually on her own set up a call, a three-way attraction call with Leo Perea.
That if that doesn't do it, I don't know what will, right? Like that should be enough and stuff there. But that's always fun if you guys get opportunities to be on three-way calls with Leo Pareja, with Jay Kinder, etc. Right? Like with some of these top producing folks in the industry. I mean, Leo Pareja has sold over 4,000 homes, right? Like he thinks differently when you're able to scale a business, and that's where you learn from people and stuff. So that is beautiful. Congratulations, guys. Frida Chambers, what you got going on over there?
Good morning, Larry. I am having an event next week where Adonis will be presenting to realtors and strategic partners showing how they can use private money in real estate and branch out. So it'll be my first Southwest Florida presentation, which I will be getting with you offline about. But I'm excited because this way I even have realtors, past presidents of Women Council, who already have shown an interest when Adonis came down before. And
Yeah.
this is not our official launch here, but we will be launching soon. So you will hear from me.
That is beautiful. And here's the thing, get me over that flyer of that event. Let's make sure that we get it in our Florida WhatsApp group and stuff so other people that are in the area can, one, support you, get some knowledge and stuff from it, and they'll get some huge nuggets from listening to Adonis speak and stuff as well. Yeah. So make sure that you get that to me.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. And who has our third win for the week here today, guys?
I do.
Talk to me, Kelly Cummings.
Got a double closing today at 12 and at 1. Got 4 new REO properties. Went to the Michael um, event yesterday for a half a day. I registered for the event in Nashville in 2 weeks. I've got my room booked. I got my ticket bought. I'm a VIP. I can't wait to see Mr. Jeff Russell and Miss Kelly Jones while we're there. Yeah, baby. Life is good, rocking and rolling, and onboarded 3 agents in the last 10 days.
Damn.
Damn, who thought they were busy? And who's like, damn, I haven't done shit this week, right? Like that's a lot. That's a lot. But man, you guys have a lot of momentum going on right now, and you guys are crushing it there. So appreciate all of the wins, guys. This is the beautiful part of kind of building this community, right? Learning from each other, helping other people grow and stuff like that as well. So thank you for sharing that. Anybody else have anything that they have to get off of their chest right now before we jump into it?
I've got one. Can we just take a moment to appreciate you and the upline in this situation?
Oh,
We couldn't be where we are if it wasn't for you guys and your consistency and amazingness. So thank you. Thank you to every single one of you, especially you, Larry. You're freaking amazing.
Well, I appreciate that. But literally, it's because of the group that we built. Like, that's where it comes back. It's not one person, it's not one company. It is the entire group here. Because I wouldn't be on the amount of calls I'm on without you guys making introductions. You guys would not be making introductions if you guys hadn't had a great experience, right? If you came over and you were like, man, Larry was an asshole to me and he did this, you're not going to introduce anybody to me at the end of the day, right? So it's really this agents helping agents. It's this partnership and stuff. And, calls like this is where we learn from each other. And here's the thing. I'm going to be going over, right? Today is on agent attraction. Whether you're looking to build a team, whether you're looking to build your revenue share organization, whether you're looking to build just relationships and stuff with people, all of that will apply for today. And so let me get this up and running here. All right, so you guys should be able to see my screen at this point in time, I would assume. Let me just do this. All right, guys. So, and the reason, here's the thing. Like, I was on a mastermind call, man, I think it was yesterday with Brent Gove, right? And Brent Gove has something crazy, like 18,000 agents in his group. He's growing massive groups and teams and things like that. And the one thing that's different here is that, like, this model has absolutely, like, changed my life and changed so many of your guys' lives along the way that have been involved with this, right? And so this is where, how do we help other people get involved with this? And so what I'm going to do today, I'm going to give you guys some numbers around what's going on in the market, where we want to attract, to give you kind of some starting points of this. And then at the end, I'm going to tell you what's working better than anything that I've ever done in agent attraction in my entire life. And this is where, like, you got to think, I grew Carrington from 200 agents to almost 3,000 agents with Wendy Forsythe. We've done some cool things. What we're doing right now is adding more value to agents, is helping them increase their production more, and it's helping us grow, because this is the most lucrative kind of comp plan I've seen at this point in time. And we've looked at all of them. But this is the point that I want to stress. Like, every real estate company is a recruiting company at this point in time. Everybody is looking to get agents to get added. This is about, how do we add more value to people? If you can start shifting to that mindset, this will be a much easier conversation and stuff for everybody. So let's get into it here. So there's 5 conversations, right, that lead to that start opening up these agent attraction calls, that start opening up for agents to want to think about moving. The first one is that the market is moving. And here's the cool part, is that the market is always moving. This is why there is a constant agent churn that creates daily attraction opportunities, because the market is constantly recruiting. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about who to recruit, right? Why these mid-tier producers are the best growth segment at this point in time. We're going to talk about what to measure, the fact that headcount can grow while economics, quietly get worse. And you're seeing that with a lot of companies and stuff right now. We're going to talk about retention, and then we're going to talk about your growth playbook, and allow you guys an option to get involved with a small opportunity that not everybody else has the availability to do. But I want to set the expectations at the end of this call. I will, like, a big group of us will help you guys grow your organization, but there does have to be some commitment and stuff on your guys' side as well. So that's going to be our playbook and stuff here for today. So here's the thing, guys. The agent pool is constantly churning right now. And we need to use this to our advantage, because 46% of agents last year either joined the industry, switched brokerages, or exited the industry. 46%. And I think that number is only going to go up at this point in time. And so you can see the breakdown here, right? 15% of those are agents that are in motion. They switched companies, they moved companies, they did different things like that. 15% were new to the industry, right? They got in and they're like, oh man, this is great. I love this. I'm going to get into real estate, right? So that's our real estate schools. And 16%, right, switched firms, and they're looking for the grass that's greener on the other side of it. So recruiting is not seasonal. There are always agents that are in this transition process. You tend to find different peaks and valleys and stuff like that. But this is where consistency comes into play. We have to build systems. We have to build relationships so that we are there when people need us. If you guys have been on 3-way calls with me, right? I refer it to the spare tire effect. I'm like, great. I'm so happy that you love where you're at and stuff right now. I want to be here when you want to increase production. I want to be here when you want to decrease costs. I want to be here when you want to grow something and have the support of this group, right? Of agents helping agents coming into this, right? That's what I don't need to be here all of the time. I want to be here when you need me at the end of the day, because I truly believe that we have, the solution, no matter what agents are facing in this market right now, that's within this group of people on this call and the different companies that we put together. Here's the thing. I know the whales are sexy, right? Like everybody wants to recruit the Bay Schusters, the Jeff Russells, the this and that. But here's what I will tell you, that if you do the right things every single day, then you end up getting lucky, right? And so this is where we have to constantly be adding value to people and building relationships at this point in time. And I will also tell you, right, that the sweet spot for agent attraction, for bringing on team members, for growing your group, no matter what that is an agent that's producing between $1 million and $5 million in production. 76% of the recruiting opportunities comes from agents producing $1 million to $1 to $5 million in production. That is the single largest segment of agents and 31% of the total recruiting volume opportunity at this point. So your attraction strategy should target productive mid-tier agents, right? Not just the whales. Like, yes, I love the whales, right? Like the call that Jeff Russell has set up on Monday or Tuesday with Leo Pareja is with a whale, right? Like, and those are really fun. But you got to see all of the daily conversations that Jeff Russell is having, that Kelly's having, that they're following up with people that are showing, that are showing their listings and things like that. You got to see that all of the things that they're doing in the meantime to be able to get in front of those whales and show that, like, look, I can add some massive value and stuff to you at the end of the day. So this tier of $1 to $5 million, right? These are the people that are hungry, they're coachable, and they represent the bulk of the available talent at the end of the day as well. This is also a point where we have a lot of success taking people from 8 to 10 deals to 15 to 17 deals. Because I truly believe that when we can help people increase production, decrease cost, and build wealth, we're going to do a lot of business and stuff together. Now, we can't do it for them, but we can get them into this REO sector, right? We now have this funnel pilot opportunity. We have this probate sector. We have 21 different coaches. We have the Fast Cap program. That's a 6-week program that will take on a lot of this work and stuff for you guys, where we can give them free leads to realty.com. The average agent that's completing Fast Cap right now is leaving there with 3 to 4 contracts written. It doesn't cost them anything. They're getting free leads, not just while they're in there, but for the next year. Now, you guys don't need to know all of that, right? Like, you just got to get folks like myself involved and introduce me to more people, so that way we can solve more problems at the end of the day. And the more that we're on calls together, the stronger your muscles are going to be on that side, the more points that you're going to pick up that you're going to be able to use in the future when you're talking to other people at networking events, at realtor events, out there on the streets. All right. This can be deceptive, right? Because we see this, and we even see this with EXP a lot, right? Like, headcount can hide quality decline. You're seeing that with a lot of these acquisitions and things like that. Man, they have a very high number count that doesn't always equate to agents being happy or anything like that. So 81 out of the 100 top brands recruited agents with lower than average production. That means that the agents that they actually lost were more productive than the ones that they brought on at this point in time. That's not what we're looking for, right? We want to take good agents and make them great agents, and send them over the top by helping them get into Zillow Flex programs, et cetera, because they've shown that they can build these groups and teams. But 46%, right, lost agents that were actually more productive than the one. So this is where there's a retention side of things as well. Once we find talent, right, how do we continue to add value to them over and over and over again? Don't celebrate this recruiting wins without checking what production walked out the door on the other side. And this is where it's important for us to track and measure, right? And I'm doing this a lot, like you guys that are on my leaderboard or, that I tag in different posts, is because I see like the amount of production and stuff that our group is doing. And it's different than other groups and stuff out there, even within EXP at this point in time, which is why I'm so blessed to be able to work with you guys, because I want to go to Scottsdale and Cabo and all of these other places and spend more time with you guys at the 5-Star Conference, at the Velocity Conference, etc. So once we bring people in, right? And how many of you guys have had people that have came and joined and then they've ended up leaving? Right? Like I can tell you, because like most of you guys are in my organization, I can see, the numbers and stuff in some way, shape, or form. And I can tell you that is not the case for us. Like the majority of agents that leave our group had very little production. I'm talking like 1 to 2 deals a year type thing. Part of that is because you can lead a horse to water at some point, but you can't force it to drink, right? We have everything set up, right? Like I start reaching out to people for the first 6 months, trying to get them into FastCap, trying to get them into these referral things. The agent has to do the work at this point in time, which is where we come back to that sweet spot of that $1 million to $5 million in production type thing. And so this is where it becomes important to build this community, especially kind of with this, with this virtual model. We have to do things like in-person mastermind calls, our events, the regional rallies, getting more people onto this call if it's adding value and stuff to them. But retention is the real competitive moat that we really want to focus on because we put so much time and effort into building those relationships. And here's the thing, your upline and stuff, we're going to help you stay in touch with people for the future as well. It's kind of crazy. Howard Hanna lost only 5% of its volume, right? Sampson Properties, 4%, Cummings & Co. Like all of these numbers will start to tell us stories at the end of the day. The best performing retention firms were regional players with strong local culture, office footprints. Well, here's the thing. We can help a lot with production, but we need to still continue to build this community, right? Since we're not all in each other's backyard, this is on us to build this brand, to build this community of really agents helping agents and getting other people involved. That is on us and something that we need to do when people get involved at this point in time. All of you guys came in. I didn't talk to all of you guys on the front side, but you guys have heard from me in the meantime by WhatsApp group, by emails, by text, by this. That is all in for a reason, because I need to check in and see if there's problems that I don't know about. So that way we can solve them for future opportunities. Now, when we start talking about attraction, it literally only falls into 2 categories. We are trying to recruit or attract agents that want to do more business. They're in a spot where they don't have the tools, the resources, the coaching, the lead generation to do more business. That's the first part. The second part is they want to keep more money. The beautiful part about this structure, if you've hit Icon Agent before, put in the chat box, right? Like, what did hitting Icon Agent do to your business, right? The more we help agents produce, the more lucrative this process becomes, because this is the only platform where I can help an agent run their business for free at this point in time. So, but those are the two sides. And you'll see there's other cloud-based brokerages and stuff that target to keeping more commission and stuff like that, right? Like we focus on the left side of this where, look, I'm here to help agents do more business. That is my goal at this point in time, because nobody cares. Like you can have 100% commission, but if you only did 3 or 4 deals last year, it doesn't matter. We have the ability to help set up these tools, these systems that generate leads on a daily basis that come in on top of what agents are currently doing. And again, this is where when we look at that sweet spot and stuff here, profitability per agent is the true north and stuff that we can look at from a company perspective and really get into this. Non-producing agents are unprofitable. They consume fixed costs with no return. They consume time to get them onboarded, to get them up here. Top producers often have a negative contributing margin because they get high splits, right? I know I see Jeff Russell on here. I see Kelly Cummings on here. I see Bay Schuster on here, right? When you hit icon agent status, you get the world, like you get icon agent, you get $16,000 worth of stock gifted back to you, which essentially runs your business almost free at that point in time, right? So that is where this mid-tier production, helping agents get from 10 deals a year to 20 deals per year, is really key on where we need to focus, because that's the biggest way that we can help agents increase their business, right? If I can help somebody increase their business 30%, that might be going from 10 deals a year to 13 deals a year. That's a game changer, right? These are the sweet spots and stuff here for agents. And what you're seeing right now is that 2021, 22 were agents' best years ever. Right now, right? Agents are struggling. So this is where, right, we have to come into play and really make sure that we add some value to people, because there's a huge opportunity in this market and stuff right now. So with this, and this isn't the close, but this is just like, I want to get off of this, and I want to get some feedback from some of you guys that I've been working with for the last 6 weeks. So that way you guys can hear and see some of the things that we're doing at this point. So one of the things, right? This is important to know. The virtual tech-enabled brokerages are winning this agent attraction war. And that's the EXPs, the real brokers, the LPTs, the Fathoms, locations, etc. Right? They recruited the most, and they also lost the most agents, but their net volume change averaged an 11% increase. That's important. When you start looking at some of these older brands and stuff like that, like the Remaxes of the world, the Century 21s of the world, they're starting to lose massive market share, which is why you're seeing these M&As and these acquisitions starting to juice, the Anywhere being gobbled up by Compass and stuff like that. You're starting to notice some of these things. And for your group and team, right, agents are attracted to the flexible cloud-based models, right? The ownership, the revenue share, all of that stuff is appealing. And here's the thing, I feel like we have a scalable version now that helps everybody get involved with this. So I just wanted to kind of set the stage for 1 second. And now I want to go into what is working so great with our group at this point in time, right? So we've always had a very strong group, right? Like since 2020, we had 600 agents in our group. That is amazing. And that is where the core of this community was built here. Love it to death. Wouldn't change it for the world. But in September of last year, something big changed within EXP. And they added co-sponsorship. Co-sponsorship allowed the opportunity for us to work with other organizations, bring in different tools and different resources, etc. That was a game changer. And we've had a bunch of potential suitors for co-sponsors come on here, kind of tell us their value pitch and stuff like that. And we've tested a lot of them. And there's been some that have provided a lot of perceived value over here of training and this, and that's not good or bad as long as the agent takes the training. But what we've been doing recently, right? And I will have Jay Kinder come back on, but our group has the training, right? We have 21 different coaches. We do this. If an agent never signs up with a coach, it doesn't matter, right? If they never try to get time on their calendar, it doesn't matter. You know, the REO side of things has been a major leg, and it will be a major leg for the future and stuff as well, right? The market, like consumer debt, is at an all-time high. Auto default loans are at an all-time high. The bond yield curve has inverted, which has predicted every recession for the last 70 years. I think this market's going to get interesting. And now that we have 12 different asset management companies within our group, we have the ability to train agents in REO, to get them a mentor in REO, to help get them into this REO community. And that's going to be a bigger and bigger conversation, but that is not predictable, right? I couldn't tell you that, you know, the first 4 years that Jeff and I worked together, that he would have a total of 30 REOs down there in Southern California. And I also couldn't predict that he's sitting at almost 30 listings actively right now on the market that are REO. I couldn't make those predictions at this point in time. Cisco, what you got, my friend?
I just wanted to share in real time. I'm here with Sean right now. Speaking of REO mentoring, and we're prepping a listing that I got this week to bring it on market. So
yeah,
absolutely. It's real, man. It's good stuff.
Real-time connections.
Thank you, Larry.
Yes, but here's the thing. I couldn't have planned that. I had no idea Cisco and them were going to be together, right? But this is where we're helping get other people. Now, I couldn't predict that Cisco was going to get an REO and that I was going to be able to, you know, have Sean mentor him. Like, I couldn't predict that. And that was the problem with the REO side of things, is some of you guys' markets are stronger, are weaker than others when it comes to the default. Some of your guys' markets have legislation that's going in place. So this is where Jay Kinder came to me and he was like, man, you guys got that on lock. I think that we should partner on, you know, producing now business. And I was like, okay, that's great. But how do we do that? Right? Like, he's like, well, like I used to do 500 deals in Lawton, Oklahoma. And I was like, where? Like, never heard of Lawton, Oklahoma before, right? I couldn't tell you the quadrant of Oklahoma that it sits in because I thought there were only 2 cities in all of Oklahoma. So I was like, how did you do 500 deals in Lawton, Oklahoma? And for those of you that don't know, Jay Kinder was the #2 Coldwell Banker agent in the world for 6 to 8 years running. So he created a system around this at this point in time. And before, his system would be, he would think about who was moving into Lawton, Oklahoma, what did that avatar of a buyer look like, and how do I go out and reverse target them? That was his model, and he got really good at it. And then he got really good at following up and how to add value to those people. Well, with technology and AI and everything else, he's been able to scale that to where he's like, look, you don't have to, I'm not going to teach your agents how to do this. My team is going to analyze their market based on the markets that they want to work in. I'm going to analyze it, give them our top suggestions. We are going to go in and build out their entire campaign on Meta, on Facebook for them, attach it to their CRM. And when we hit the play button, it's going to start producing 2 to 6 registered buyer leads a day. And I said, bullshit. I've been in this market for way too long. I've spent way too much money on leads. Like, what's a catch? He's like, there's no catch. Like, this is where ownership and revenue share comes into play, right? When everybody has a vested interest This is where people are willing to do more. And that's what I don't see at other brokerages. So I was like, Jay, before I take this to my group, I'm going to have to test this first. Like, I got to call your bluff. And in the first 30 days, I produced 103 registered buyer leads in the first 30 days. 7 of those went to my lender. 4 were fully pre-qualified. When I got those results, I was like, this works. Like, this is what we needed to complete our puzzle, right? Because the buyers are going to be now business. As this market continues to depress, right? Your listings are going to sit longer. You're going to have to be priced right. You're going to have to show well. Your skills are going to have to increase on that marketing and advertising side of things. So the buyers are going to be the now money. Now, I know a few of you guys are on here are using the funnel pilot system and stuff like that. Like Kelly Cummings, tell me, like in the 4 months that you've been using funnel pilot, what has that resulted in, my friend? Kelly still on?
Kelly left.
Kelly left. Okay. Ben Herring, right? He has 1 closing next week off of that. Who else do I see on here? Anybody else using funnel pilot right now that has that set up, and what have your results and stuff been on that?
Larry, hey, I've got a young man who's on funnel pilot. He started it in October, September last year. He closed 2 last year, and he has 10 buyers in his car right now, pre-approved.
10 buyers pre-approved. This was a brand new agent at this point in time, guys. Like those, when you create a system like that, people tell people at this point in time. Miss Miller, what's going on? Talk to me.
Hey, good morning. So I would also like to share. So I'm one of those that Larry's referring to. I've received leads off of realty.com, but they're expecting cash offers. And I will say that's something that was not disclosed to us in the beginning, but it didn't matter to me because I was just saying a lead is better than no lead. I just have to figure this out. So I actually had a potential listing that I did not get. It was $1 million, but the homeowner and I are still in communication. I'm still trying to see if there's an angle for me to get in.
Yeah.
So that's something separate. But however, through Funnel Pilot, I will say I have received since I started, and I started maybe October, November through the Funnel Pilot system. So don't quote me on that. My thing as a newer agent, a new full-time agent, I wasn't closing any of them, and I'm still not closing as many as I receive. So that's something that I'm still working out.
Yeah.
But I did get a lead, or let me backtrack. So I am working with a buyer through the Funnel Pilot system. They did disclose to me that they're working with an agent. In fact, they don't mind calling up several different agents. And so I was just kind of like listening to what he had to say. And it turns out that the agent that he was working with was also the listing agent. And so I heard that, and I just saw that because all of you all have been pouring into me, and I'm on a lot of different trainings as my schedule permits, because that's just how I learn. And I go to him, I just say, you can, of course you can do what you want to do, but isn't it in your best interest to have an agent that's not the listing agent that is actually going to fight for you and try to get you the best deal, just like that seller agent is doing? So we had our inspection yesterday. Hopefully things go as planned, but that's a buyer I received from Funnel Pilot.
Beautiful. And congratulations on this. And here's the thing, right? Like every communication is going to increase your skills, right? Your skills are going to get stronger. You're going to be able to convert those. Well, here's the thing. If I can get 80 to 100 people in front of you, and here's the thing, the system just doesn't generate leads, guys. The system starts to follow up with them. And then when that person's ready, you're going to receive a text message. It's like, Ryan, oh my gosh, reach out to Larry White. He's been on your website for 22 minutes at this point. Now is a good time. It's going to give you these behavioral alerts because it's tracking and measuring everything at this point in time. And so I was going to call on Kelly Cummings because also we're seeing that 30 to 40% of those buyer leads have a home to sell as well, right? So they're turning into all of these other opportunities. And not just can our team build this out, but we're going to connect it to the CRM. And then we're going to set up a branding call with Holland Kitchens. And then we're going to get into a social media content side of things. So that way we can build out an entire agent's business plan there.
Welcome
now,
to your
you
platform.
add Fast Cap on top of that, right? Where it's a 6-week program. We're giving leads for free from realty.com. We're doing this, we're doing that. That's where it starts to get people into action really fast. So this takes us to where we're at today, right? In September, I started testing this with a small group of you guys. And we started getting really fast growth off of this, right? Because essentially we were inviting people to learn more about Funnel Pilot and stuff there. But, we were trying to get them to watch a video about it. And then we would set up a call with me or Jay or something like that, how they could get into it. And since September, we've continued to tweak and measure and make adjustments to how we deliver this information. What we're doing right now, I cannot make easier for any one of you guys. And so this is where Jay and myself and a lot of you guys, we are doing a live call every Thursday just to talk about the Funnel Pilot system and how people use it. This is an educational opportunity. This is an opportunity to invite people to something that could change their business. And when you do this correctly, guys, our group has went from 609 to 808 agents since September. Never had that amount of growth. That is a 30% growth, 33% growth in 8 months at this point in time. Is Amanda Barber on here still? I know I'd seen her. Amanda Barber, can you unmute your mic for a second? Maybe not. So we were going through numbers the other day, and if she can unmute, she could tell her story and stuff here. But here's the thing, right? We started working together 6 weeks ago on creating a system for her to invite people, for us to help add more value to them. She had 1 agent when she came. She now has 5 additional agents fully onboarded and another 3 or 4 in the pipeline, 2 that are onboarding today, right? She's been at eXp for 4 years. Lawrence King was another one. He had 11 agents in his group before we started working together 6 weeks ago. He has 21 people in his group today. And the system that we are using is that we're inviting 5 people a day to this opportunity. We're saying, Cisco, hey, look, I know we don't have a lot of time right now. I have a friend of mine that has an opportunity for us to test this Funnel Pilot system. It's generating 2 to 6 registered buyer leads a day. There's no setup fee. There's no referral fee. Guys, I don't want you to talk about any company, right? It's kind of like Fight Club, right? The first rule of Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club. We're not talking about switching companies. We're not talking about doing this. We're talking about an opportunity for people to test this Funnel Pilot system. We are hosting a call every Thursday that you drive people to. And if you use that script that I just gave you, I will change your life. Because here's the cadence, guys, is that we're reaching out to 5 people a day with that script to invite them to this call. You're not going to get an objection there. Maybe like, well, how does he do that, this and that? You don't know the answer to that at this point in time. You're saying, look, that's a great question. I haven't set it up myself, or I haven't done this, right? Jay's going to walk through the entire Funnel Pilot program and answer any questions on Thursday. Can I get you registered? That's it. I don't need you to do much else. They're going to go to that call. Now, if we follow up the morning of and we say, hey, I'm super excited to get you to look at this with me, Afterwards, can we get 5 or 10 minutes? That's when you'll get the objections. That's when you'll get like, well, I'm happy where I'm at. Well, this, well, that. That's fine. That's when you get me involved. Because this is where we're going to walk through where they're at now, what they're getting. Nobody else is doing this for them. And this is where I will introduce agents to, like yourselves, that are raving fans in the success and the growth that you guys have got. I will help grow your guys' group for you at this point in time. Now, here's the thing. You can simply just introduce agents to me. If you don't want this rigid course of like, oh, Larry, I don't want to be held accountable. I don't want this. I don't want that. Introduce people to me. And I will help you. I will tag them in my system. I will continue to follow up with them and everything else. If you want to build a legacy, if you want to build wealth, guys, last month, I made $39,000 in revenue share by helping other people produce more goddamn business. That's stupid. Like, this is the most fun I have ever had in real estate at this point in time, and it's by helping other people grow. I have not put somebody underneath me directly in the last 4 years. I think I've had one personal recruit at this point in time. This is where I'm helping other people grow. So you can feel free to introduce people to me anytime, and I will help you do that. If you want to have revenue share, pay for your car payment, pay for your house payment, start paying for your kids' college education. This is where I have an apprentice program where we will teach you those scripts. I saw Kim talk about, like, can you repeat that script? Yes, I can repeat that script. This will all be recorded. If you want to lean into this, if you think that you can invite 5 people a day, I will change your life, like we did for Amanda, like we did for Lawrence King. And here's the thing, that's in 6 weeks. I was talking to Lawrence King. I was like, what happens if we double your agent count of like your group every 6 weeks? I don't know, but that's fucking awesome. And I'm here for it, right? Like, I don't know what that looks like, but here's the thing. We just start checking off all of these little things. Let's start with the cell phone bill. Then let's go to a car note. Then let's go to house. That provides security for all of you guys when real estate goes in this up and down motion at this point in time. And so if you guys want to be on the apprenticeship program, I will build out a link that is directly related to Ryan Dykstra, to Cisco Gonzalez, to Aisha Miller, right? It's going to be linked to you because we're going to track and measure numbers. The same thing that we talked about in the presentation, we're going to do here on Mondays, right? Like, if you say, yes, I want to do this, then look, there's going to be about 20 minutes of online classes teaching you guys how to do it, where to go, where to do this and that. Then on Mondays, there's going to be about an hour, hour and a half worth of classes. We got to do a list building class. We got to build a list. Who are you going to be reaching out to? Because I want this to be quick. I want this to be easy. Right after we have your list built, then we got to do a script and role playing call, right? And then you're going to do a huddle with updates and stuff like that. So, you know, the commitment to be a part of this program for me to build out is, one, you got to, like, you're a part of our group, or we've adopted you or something like that at this point in time. That's one, that you want to do this with us. The second part is I got to get you set up, and I'll build that out. You got to take the online classes, commit to the Monday classes. And then I have Johnny Howard's not on here. So then I do 3 15-minute accountability calls on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. That is from 9 a.m. That's at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. And so we do that accountability call 3 times a week, where we talk about what's working and what's growing at this point in time. So if you want to do that, guys, I need some help. Somebody is banging on my door, which is really weird in today's day and age. Jeff Russell, can you jump in, like, call in some people who are on this and kind of give some background, and I will be right back, please. Jeff Russell's still here? Oh. Or somebody else jump in for me. I need somebody to step up for a second so I can say who.
Hey, Larry, I'll step up.
All right. Thanks, Robert. Talk
I'll
to
get
me.
it. Absolutely. I'm sitting here taking all these notes down. This is awesome. Think about this. You get a bunch of buyer leads, you get them to your lender, and you get a chance to list their home going to sell it. I think that's huge. I'm looking into it. I've already brought a couple of agents over to Larry, and he's put them into the process, and they're having some really good results. So we're just got started with it. So I would love to hear everybody else's thoughts. What are your thoughts on what you're hearing if you're not doing it yet?
I wanted to ask you, you said just now, this is Jamie, by the way.
Hey, Jamie.
I'm one of the newbies over here. So.
Hey there.
Hey. Well, I guess newbie to you.
Well, nice to meet you.
Good. I'm kind of here in the very competitive Miami market, Miami, Florida. So
Excellent.
yeah, and I know he had said also about that, with the asset management and the foreclosures and things, every area is different. So how can I find out, is there a process to know how this area is doing regarding that?
Well, let me do this. Let me tell Larry what you just said. Basically, Larry is talking about the asset manager relationships we currently have. Yeah. That's the first question. So why don't I let you take it over, explain that, and then you can answer a second question.
Beautiful. So here's the thing, guys. Our group of 600 agents back in 2020, right? And we stayed at about 600 and stayed pretty stable, was a collection, right? So I helped Carrington grow to almost 3,000 agents around foreclosures. When I left Carrington, every asset management company that owned a brokerage wanted me to come build their brokerage. And I was like, time out, guys. I'm not doing this for somebody else again. Over the last 8 years, 12 of my competitors, colleagues, etc., we've merged forces together at this point in time. So they're all in our organization. A lot of you guys are under their organization. So this is where we have that ability. Now, every one of them is doing business in different places and stuff like that. And so this is where, yes, can we look at your particular area? Can we start setting up, like, do you know how to do BPOs and evaluation? So we can do a lot of things ahead of that cycle and schedule and stuff there on that side of things. And when people come into our organization, that's part of my follow-up is like, hey, do you have experience? If so, let me get you into my referral database so we can use you for the future. If not, and you're interested, then let's start taking those steps. And just like with anything else, consistency is the key. Like, it's not like, oh, I applied for one asset management company and I got lucky. Will that happen? Sure, if you're applying for companies every single day. Will you get lucky and invite somebody to this funnel pilot webinar and they see it and they're like, yeah, this is, I see, Jamie Costa on here, right? Like literally his call was like, hold on. I get all of this stuff if I join your group. And we're like, yep. He's like, okay, when do I onboard? You're going to get lucky when you reach out to people on a daily basis, which is why we create the consistency, why we do the accountability calls, why we talk about what's working and stuff here. Same thing on the REO side. Same thing with the lead generation side, right? Oh, I tried calling for sale by owners once. It didn't work. Once? Like, no, like you got to build your skills and stuff. So we can help anybody on all of those different avenues, create a plan for that, but it's not always instant gratification and stuff there. So I hope that kind of answered your question there.
Yeah. Oh, for me, I have had experience back in starting when they had that bank issue in 2008, and I was doing the short sales, BPOs, all of that. Yeah. So I've been there, done that. I haven't, I need to catch up if there's something new, but so.
So this is where, Jamie, for you, like, and you're aligned and stuff with that group perfectly, right? And so just shoot me an email. I'll get you involved with Regina and Eric Bengal. We'll make sure that all of our profiles. So just shoot me an email and we'll follow up on that.
Okay. Yeah. And I also, with for sale by owners, I also attack those differently. from a different mindset. Just because I'm pretty good at going back and forth with people.
Okay.
So
beautiful.
So I guess because I think one of the strengths in this business is, I mean, not everybody is a people person. So,
Right.
and I think it's actually a, how do you say it, acquired. I mean, some people are born with it, obviously, but it's also an acquired talent. You know, if you're not good at it, doesn't mean you're not going to be good at it if you work at it, you know. But
Yes.
I started in banking many moons ago when I was in college, so I always worked
So
with
Jamie, hold
business
on
people.
1 second. Let me
Yeah.
pull us back on course
Oh
just
yeah,
because
sorry about that.
this is
Sorry.
an entire different topic, which we talk a lot about on this call with the different asset managers. So let's take this offline and stay on track just because we only have about 8 minutes left. And I want to make sure that we finish up here for today, if you wouldn't mind. Thank you for that. Yeah, so here's the thing. We use REOs to attract a lot. We're going to be able to help agents do that. Again, I was walking through kind of the apprenticeship program. I've seen it change a lot of agents' lives in the last 6 weeks. If you want to be a part of the apprenticeship program, right, I need you to shoot me an email, right, and say, Larry, I want to be a part of the apprenticeship program. I'm committed to taking the classes on Monday, right, to build my skills, and I'm willing to commit to the accountability calls and 5 people a day. I want a verbal, like some sort of a written confirmation. It's free. It's not going to cost you anything. What's up, Lawrence King?
You have my attention. You've built out this thing that has changed my life. You have changed a ton of people's lives, and I'm not going to sit here and just kiss your face. It's not even kissy face time, okay? I'm just letting everyone know on this call. Joseph Limo, you have changed a lot of people's lives. If you have accountability, you need a running partner to have accountability with you right now. In this space, how the real estate market is changing, you need someone to run with. Larry, thank you for doing that for me.
Absolutely, my friend. And Lawrence King was the example, right? Like literally 6 weeks ago, he had 11 people in his group. Today, he has 21. I see Amanda there, right? Like one person to, I mean, now she has 6, but she might have 6 in the onboarding process right now. Like this system is working, right? The system works, and I will build this out with you guys. I can't do it for you, right? Like my time is dragged. I mean, I was on calls 8:30 this morning. You know,
you need to give me some time today because we got one coming on. So make it happen.
Okay. I will find some time for you, Lawrence King. But here's the thing, guys. I will help you guys build this out. But I can't make the calls for you. I can't do this. This is where I need you guys to lean into it. I need you guys to help get people pre-qualified, essentially, by getting them to the call, letting them see that. Then if they have some objections, get me involved. So that way we're having very high level conversations on how we can change their business and stuff there. And every time that we do that, 1, we're going to have some success. 2, you guys are going to learn and you guys are going to build some skills. And you can take those skills to your listing appointments, to your buyer presentations and everything else, because it's all relatable at this point in time. So questions, comments. I want all of you guys to be involved with this. I've modeled this out. I have the formula. Like you guys just have to follow the plan. Don't make it cute. Don't overcomplicate it, right? Don't be like, well, Larry, what if I said this? Or like, stop it, right? Like until like you get faster growth, just follow the plan. Don't overthink this. Debbie, I'm talking to you. Don't overthink this. I see you being like, damn it, I've heard that before. Like, just be excited, invite people to the opportunity. And if they don't see the opportunity, that's okay. We don't have to do business with them. I want people that want to grow with us, right? Like, this is the next wave. Who do we want to go on masterminds with? Who do we want to do this? That's who I want to run with. Paige, what's going on? Paige Panzarello.
Morning. See you. Really quick question. Thursdays are the trainings you said, correct? Is there a link that you can send out? I'm not sure that I got that.
So for everybody that wants to be a part of this apprenticeship group, like I will say, look, next Thursday, at 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 12 o'clock Central Standard Time, right? I want you guys to jump on that live call and stuff yourself. And here's the thing, ordinarily, if you guys were like, yes, I want to go on, I would follow the process and register each one of you guys. Since there's 52 people on this call, I'm not going to go and register 52 people, but I want you to see what the system looks like if you want to be involved with it. So I put my link in there. Click that link right now, right? Register, you'll get a calendar invite and stuff for that call. That's going to be for the actual funnel pilot call on that side of things. And you're going to see what this process looks like. You're going to get the reminders. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. You're going to see like what Jay's presentation looks like. And then after Jay's presentation, that's where you get me involved so we can set up onboarding, so we can handle objections and do this. So if you have not seen the funnel pilot call, register for that. If you want to be involved in the apprenticeship program, again, I'm going to hold you accountable because we've set the expectations at this point in time. And right where we're going to make sure that you've done the training, we're going to make sure that you're doing the 5 invites a day. There's a grace period, right? I'm never going to yell at you. I want you to do this. I want you to have this success. Susie Logan, what's going on?
Morning, everyone. I just want to speak to the apprenticeship program. I'm an apprentice right now. And if this is something that you're considering, it is a really, really fun time. We have like Larry said, we have calls on Monday, the list build call. We have the kickoff call. We have our apprentice boardroom call. And then in the afternoon, we have a scripts and role play call. And every single one of these calls, you're on with Harley and Jeff, who are two of Jay Kinder's right-hand people. And they are just completely available. Like we work through everything on the call. We talk about what we're struggling with and how we can overcome the obstacles that we're facing. And then in addition, like it's just such a fun team to be a part of. And they have really cool other support systems. Like Jeff has an AI on text. So anytime throughout the week, if you're struggling at all, you just text his like AI apprentice number and he shoots back a quick message with exactly what you need to do to stay aligned. So like, just for an example, for me, I am not very good at like social media content and like actually posting when I'm supposed to be posting. And so I just text like, hey, I need help with social media campaign this week. And I get back this huge text and it says, great, you're going to do 3 social media posts this week. One is about this, one's about this, one's about this. Plug those into your chat GPT. They will create the content for you. Text me once your first one is up and live, and he gives you the schedule. If you need any other help, text me back kind of thing. So it's like you always have that support in your pocket. So I would just say, like, if you're at all interested in the apprentice thing, it is a really cool thing to be a part of. And you'll see me on all those calls too.
Susie is a beast, by the way. Sorry, you just got my face right now because I'm driving. But Susie's a beast. Amanda's a beast. We have a lot of running mates right now. Larry, you have built this thing out so nice. Everybody needs to plug in, period.
It will change your life, guys. It really will. Like, and passive income, right? Like I know Paige does a lot with investments, this and that. The key, like, guys, I owned 26 homes free and clear in Cleveland, Ohio. Never came close to the amount of passive income that I'm making today. Guys, I invested what, $85 a month? Like, to create this opportunity. Like, this is ours for the taking. And you guys get to catch on, like get to jump on after we've tested a lot of this stuff, since September. We've worked a lot of the bugs out. we're still growing, right? So don't yell at me if something doesn't work perfectly, right? Like it's better than the system that you have right now at this point in time. So give us a little bit of grace, right? We're trying to build this shit out to scale with robots and automation and all of this other stuff. And look, I love it, right? But we may go through some growing pains, right? Like we did that, like we learned that, man, we need more than 300 seats for a Zoom call. That was crazy. Never seen 300 people on a Zoom call and stuff before, how tiny the little squares were and stuff like that. So, give us a little bit of grace, but like work with us because, I think Jay is number, I don't know, 11 in the company. I think I'm at like number 77 or 78 at this point. It's like learn from us so that way you can start getting to where we're at faster. That is the key. You guys can learn from all of the lessons we've learned over the last 8 years, and we can expedite this. But you got to listen. You got to follow the plan. So I see emails and stuff popping up over here. I will give me a little bit because I'm pretty jammed up today with follow-up calls and stuff like that.
Make some time for me, please. I got one agent due. Make some time. All right.
Okay. Can you do it right after this? Can you text him right now and say, like, hey, can you jump on a call? Text him right now.
I am texting while I'm driving. That's illegal. And I'm doing that right now.
So, Larry, one thing we would text you about or email you about is the apprenticeship. And what would you call the other one?
I don't know if we talked about anything else. It was just like, here's the thing. If you don't want to be a part of the apprenticeship program, right, because you don't want to be held to an accountability standard or something like that, I totally respect that. But you can always email me just introductions. Like, hey, Larry, this person wants to get into REO or wants to produce more leads. Like, I thought you might be able to help them out. Like, make an introduction. I'll follow up, see if we can. And if they ever end up joining, like, I'm going to place them in your organization and stuff there because I'm going to tag them. So I don't think I talked about anything else at this point in time.
Oh, the program with Jay.
Yes, that's the funnel pilot program. And to see the live presentation, but that is tied to the apprenticeship program. That's how we're driving people. We're showing them how we can change their business structure. And then for the close, that's where we're adding in the coaches, the trainers, the REO, the probate, the this, the that, like depending on what they need for their business plan and stuff there. So those two pretty much correlate, and I would call them the same thing at this point in time. Ranty, what can I answer for you?
Yeah, I think part of it is partially answered because I just want clarity on if we email you that we're interested in the apprentice program, then there was some talk about Monday meeting, Thursday meeting. So I just want clarification on those days. So is there a meeting to be attended on Monday and Thursday, or just email you about the apprentice program?
Yes, no. So if you want to be a part of the apprentice program, right? The commitment is I'm going to build out a unique link just for you guys. It's going to be only for you guys. That's going to get you access to our online training. On Monday, there's an apprentice huddle, script and role play call, and a list building call. Those are 3 calls on Monday that you need to be a part of so you can build this muscle. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we have a 15-minute accountability call at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time on each of those days where we're talking about what's winning, like what's working, what's not working. I can tell you the people that show up on those calls are getting more out of this system. I'm not going to require you. I can't force you to. I don't want to. I want people that want to run with this program, that want to build this separate stream of income around all of these resources that we've built.
Okay, so are you going to send a link for the Monday class then? I mean, the Monday meeting once I email you about the apprentice program?
No, so email me about the apprenticeship program. I will get the online training set up, and then you'll see it will tell you in there, add these calls to your calendar. I also send out a weekly reminder as well, like, hey guys, here's the calls and stuff for the week. Make sure that you guys have this checked on. So again, we'll do it step by step. But the first part is, do you want to commit to the apprenticeship program? If you do, then that's the first step. And then we'll get all of the calls scheduled. Look, it's kind of, Monday's in the next business day. If you can't make all of the calls this Monday, let's just make sure that we prep for it for the next week, right? Make the calls that you can and lean in as fast as possible.
Gotcha. Thanks.
Yes. Anybody else?
Larry, so if I want to go ahead and jump on to tell you here now, or just shoot you a text?
Shoot me an email. Like
email.
Text message is gonna, yes. Okay. Text message is going to get buried, and then once I check it, it goes away at this point in time.
Yeah.
So shoot me an email, and that will be the trigger. And I won't get to it till probably tomorrow. Looking at my schedule and stuff here today, but I will get that. So shoot me an email. Right? Don't get mad. Like, Larry, I shot you a text message. You didn't follow the plan, right? The plan was shoot me an email, commit that you want to be a part of it, and then I will get the next step set up, right? Like, don't be like, I sent a smoke signal. Why didn't you set me up on it? Because you didn't follow the plan. Don't
worry, I'll be like Brad Pitt in the face. What do you call it?
and Fight Club, yes.
Fight Club. There you go. I'll be spitting blood.
Beautiful. Anybody else have anything, guys?
Hey, Larry, I just tap in for a minute. Robert Whitetail, one of our coaches in our group, the Alliance RE. I'm challenging him. I'm calling him out on this call right now. Who can you bring next week? I got Kim Walker from Texas that just came over with Joseph Limo. Who can you bring next week? Calling those people out.
Nice. I like that.
And in our house, accountability is the greatest form of love, right? So it's not like it's really because we want to see everybody kind of get up there to the next level and stuff. So guys, I appreciate everybody staying on. We are past the hour here and still have 40 people, which I'm super thankful for. But again, if you want to be a part of it, shoot me an email. We will take next steps and we will start to grow together. On that side of things. I got to get running to my next calls and stuff, but I love you guys so much. I thank you guys, and we will chat soon. Have a great day.